Hi, this is John with Hidden Highways. I just want to show you real quick how I attached a battery isolator to my 1999 Chevy Venture. And this method might also work for people maybe with some similar other Ventures from years that are close, or maybe there might be other vehicles from around that same time period that might also work. So this is a standard Stinger battery isolator, which has been used in a lot of videos, and so I won't go too much into that, but there's a lot of videos about that. I'm specifically just showing you how I did on this vehicle. But anyway, you can see what I did here is I put all this tape on it, and the reason I did that is I just thought that I was using leads that were kind of big here, and I thought they could be big enough that maybe if they vibrated enough they could touch, so I kind of went kind of crazy with the tape here just to kind of make sure that everything would remain isolated from each other there. But basically you got like this cable here that goes to a big screw, and then you have that comes off of this fuse box here, which I also put some tape here because this is the main fuse box here where power goes into it. So I figured that'd be an easier place to try to tap into it instead of the battery. So anyway, so it goes into this big screw here, and then this is the other side, which goes down here, and it goes through this 100 amp circuit breaker that I got here, and then it goes to this big cable here, and I'll tell you in a second where that cable goes. But one thing to notice here too is that this is the true ignition source wire, the one that trips this whenever you turn the key all the way forward in the running position. Well, what I did here actually is let me just take this out real quick. I could have cut into like a wire and just cut into some wire that was live whenever the engine was in running position, but I kind of did something a little bit different. Let's see if I can take this fuse box out here. Okay, so what I did is I put this thing here called a fuse tap in, and what that allowed me to do is the device that this fuse controls will still blow at the correct amount of amperage as before, but then it made another circuit that went from here to here, so now this wire gets live whenever this particular fuse would become live. Before it was the fuse for the AC clutch, I think is what it was, so I knew that would be something that would only be live during when the key's all the way forward. Okay, and then one modification I did have to do here to get this to go through is I had to cut a little notch here, but that just seemed to me preferable to having to cut into a wire, so just put this back on here for now. And then okay, and then so then you got this big old wire here. What I did there is you can see I ran it down this way, and then it goes like behind this light here, and then it goes under here, and I think you can see all the way back there. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe that might be in the area where they need to put one of those jacks, so if I got my car worked on, but I'd make sure to tell my mechanic before I went to him to make sure they're aware of that wire so they can put it in a different spot. And then, okay, so then that comes up, that wire, excuse, it's kind of a mess in here. I was doing a little stuff with styrofoam in here. And then it comes through this hole in the floor here, and it goes, well, the way it was set up is I had to kind of make these wires like this because I had to turn it this way because otherwise those terminals would get here. Oh, and by the way, the battery, I just have that held in here with this bungee strap going across the front seat, and it's set up actually where I can turn the seat back. I just can't, just if someone's sitting there, they can't go back any further than that seat is now. So I made sure that it was about pretty far back, about as tall as most people are. And then okay, so then you have this wire here, which is going from the negative, and then I have it just attached here to this right here where there's this nut here that goes on the bolt to the seat, holding the seat, I mean not the seat belt, the seat in, and that turned out to be a really good ground. One thing I need to do is I need to buy a little bit longer wire to replace this because this could kind of be in the way a little bit. So anyway, that's just my quick and dirty way of doing the battery isolator on this particular vehicle. Hope it helps.